Noa ia e Māori, welcome to Tangata Pasifika.
Ni Jan Ravinaka, whakalofalahi atu Kim Tolwasi on the show today. How the Butterbean Motivation Group are helping in these tough times.
What we're doing is connecting, businesses to groups that need the help and to people that need the help.
We talked to Green MP Te Anau Tuiono about his bill to restore citizenship to Samoans in our Talanoa.
And we catch up with Manurewa High School Samoan group as they take on Polyfest.
If they walk away knowing one thing new about their culture, about themselves, then that's it for me.
Maururu and Popongi Manea. First to politics, and Green MP Te Anau Tuiono's private members bill to restore citizenship rights for Samoans stripped of their New Zealand citizenship in 1982 passed its first reading in Parliament on Wednesday. The bill seeks to repeal the Citizenship Act 1982, which took away New Zealand citizenship to people from Western Samoa born between 1924 and 1949. In the House, the MP outlined New Zealand's relationship with the Pacific and allayed fears of a mass migration.
There has been speculation in the media that this will cause mass migration. That is not my intention. Citizenship broadly happens in three ways: by birth, descent, or by grant. This is citizenship by grant. Can we have a discussion on what that grant could look like that is practical and workable? I think we can. Solutions that could suit different perspectives of members across the House. We can, but only if we send this bill to Select Committee.
The bill passed by 74 votes to 49 and was backed by all political parties, except for National. It goes through to Select Committee, and later we'll hear more from Te Anau in Aotearoa.
Te Tonga now, where the 53rd Pacific Islands Forum Leaders Meeting will be held later this year. Forum Secretary-General Henry Puna joined at Tongan royalty and other dignitaries in Nuku'alofa to announce the theme for the 5-day meeting, which is Transformative Resilient Pasifiki, Build Better Now. Forum Chair, Tonga's Prime Minister, Ho'akawa Meiliku Siausi Sovaleni, says the theme is a call to action to move beyond policy deliberation to transformational change. The Pacific Forum Leaders Meeting will be held in August.
Back here now, and a boost for Wangahau Niue in South Auckland. Manurewa's Rowandale Schools opened its very own Niue language bilingual unit, Matalamai, to help teach and preserve Wangahau Niue in Aotearoa. With more than 30,000 Niueans living here, only around 11% speak their language. The bilingual unit is for primary school learners and is it's only the third of its kind here in Aotearoa. Well done.
And finally, to entertainment. 30 years after its debut release, the R&B album New Urban Polynesian by siblings Phil, Christina, Tony and Paulie Fuemana is back. The late Paulie Fuemana hit it big with the Otara Millionaires Club and How Bizarre in 1995. But he and his siblings had already recorded the album a year earlier. Led by the late Phil Fuemana, New Urban Polynesian offers a 90s R&B street soul sound, honouring their father and their experience growing up in Aotearoa. Now, Melbourne label Gazebo Records has the album on digital download and on vinyl.
Fulola. Congrats. Now, to our first story, and the BBM motivation community's been operating across Auckland for the last decade, helping to reduce obesity among Māori and Pasifika people with fitness and nutrition.
And since then, founder Dave Letele, the Brown Butterbean, has opened other services to help more people through its food bank. Now, John caught up with Dave as they embark on their latest initiative, BBM Recruitment.
No one takes care of a car like Chevez Graham.
We got this car, so we're giving it a clean up, make it shine, pop, make it look brand new.
Here at Gen 2 in Monaco, vehicles get a second chance, something Chevez can relate to.
I would have been back to the streets, to be honest. Yeah. It's the only way that I would have been able to provide for my family. And that's the way I don't want to go back.
The father of two is not alone. His co-worker also struggled to get work because of his past.
I went to Work and Income asking for help to try and get me back into the workforce and try and upskill myself, and they pretty much told me that I needed to wait longer, and because of my history that they really couldn't help me. So I seen Dave on the internet putting out a broadcast about his new recruitment agency, and I just jumped at it.
He's talking about Dave Letele, or the Brown Butterbean. The former boxer and community advocate is going up against a different opponent, unemployment.
I don't want our people becoming reliant on the system, becoming reliant on the handouts. You know, we want to break these cycles for their children and for their grandchildren, and that comes through employment.
BBM Recruitment is his latest venture, and already they've got around 80 people on the books hoping to return to the workforce.
We run health programs and we have this food share. We have a supermarket down in Tukaroa. But it's the true missing piece of being able to break these cycles is getting people into work. And then when they get the job, it's then being able to help them work their way up in these companies. So the companies we're teaming up with have the same beliefs, have the same values that we do.
Dave is driving the initiative by linking community with local employers to fill vacancies.
What we're doing is connecting, you know, businesses and to groups that need the help and to people that need the help. And the same thing is these guys have all the same values that we do. If you can help, you should. And they're blessed because of it.
BBM Motivation started back in 2014 to help people get fit and healthy. Now they run free classes in South and West Auckland. But it wasn't until the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020 that they opened the BBM Food Share, helping families experiencing hardship.
We've got the usual staples, rice, cereals, milk, butter, and then meat. And then whatever extras that we get from like Foodstuffs and New Zealand Food Network that are donated, we load it up with those as well.
The demand for food is on the rise, but the team have been dealt another blow with cuts to government support from the Ministry of Social Development. The food bank would help maybe 500 or even 1,000 families a week, but recently, due to funding cuts, they're only able to help 200 families.
A majority of the people we're helping are hard-working people, multiple jobs with families, and they're just getting by. So when life happens, like a broken down car, a flat tire, a sick child, or they get injured at work, whatever the case may be, they don't have any backup, you know, and then that's when services like ours are needed. So people need to understand that.
It's an essential service that comes at a price, sometimes using his own money to help. For Dave, he won't turn anyone away that needs help. A lifeline for many who are just wanting another go at life.
I'm doing it for my family, my partner, also myself. Yeah, I've done heaps of wrong things in the past, but I made a good change too. So yeah, and I'm sticking to that change. I don't want to go back.
Well, stay with us. When we come back, one of our top Samoan schools cultural groups is at Polyfest. But next, we chat to Green MP Te Anau Tuiono in Aotearoa.
Homebound, culture strong. Keep our culture strong. Keep our culture strong. People love the sun to our new homebound. Tangata Pacifica, born a people proud. People of the sun to our new homebound. Tangata Pacifica, born a people proud. Oh, people proud. People of the sun, our heritage goes on. Tangata Pacifica, keep our culture strong. People of the sun, our heritage goes on. Tangata Pacifica, keep our culture strong. Keep our culture strong. Keep our culture strong. People love the sun to our new homebound. Tangata Pacifica, born a people proud. People of the sun to our new homebound. Tangata Pacifica, born a people proud. Oh, people proud. People of the sun, our heritage goes on. Tangata Pacifica.
Kia ora ana tātou katoa toa. Welcome back. Well, as we saw earlier, Green MP Te Anau Tuiono's private members bill has passed its first reading. Now, this is really significant. The bill seeks to repeal a law that prevented Samoans born between 1924 and 1949 from becoming New Zealand citizens. Here to talk more about the bill is MP Te Anau Tuiono. Thank you for joining us on the show. Kia ora ana.
Kia ora ana and talofa everybody.
First of all, tell me, how surprised were you when it was passed this week in Parliament for New Zealand First and especially ACT to support it?
Pleasantly surprised. I mean, like, politics is, I mean, you can never confirm anything. You never know what's going to happen on the day. It can be, you know, you got to prepare yourself to be ready for the unexpected, to expect the unexpected. So it was good to see. It's good to see that all those parties supporting the bill, except for National, of course.
Of course, and it's the first time they've been outvoted since they've come into power. But, you know, there's quite a lot of scepticism that they're putting out there. Cameron Brewer was saying that it will set a legal precedent. They're a bit concerned about it. But what do you have to say to what some of the things they've been putting out there about fears of mass migration?
I guess I think it's really important not to conflate citizenship with immigration. You know, they're actually administered by two different government departments. Citizenship, passports, all that kind of thing is Department of Internal Affairs. Immigration is the Department of Immigration. And we, as you know, the Greens have got lots of opinions about immigration. And though those things are related, they are also can be dealt with in separate ways. So I think that was not very well understood by the National Party. What resonated with me from members right across the House was two things. The first one was fairness. Everybody, I think, got that. You look at this, you have a group of New Zealand citizens who had their citizenship recognised by the Privy Council and then had that taken away from them. So that was one thing. And then the second thing was that commitment to community and commitment to the Samoan community, the role and the contribution that the Samoan community makes here to Aotearoa New Zealand, and also respect for elders. So that came out from everybody else, I felt.
And you had a very big delegation of Samoans who came in the House and they were listening, and even particularly some very important people had come from Samoa as well for it. What was their reaction with the first reading being passed this week?
There was a lot of cheering in the public gallery. That was awesome to hear, to sort of feel the passion and the energy from the community. We had the Speaker of the House from Samoa, of the Samoan Parliament, in the public gallery. I had members of Parliament from both political parties. in the gallery with them. They were over here on a delegation, so it was awesome to have them there as well. We had Anai Atharanai in the gallery as well, so having a former MP from the National Party was also significant, and also Opito came into the chamber and he was sitting up the front there as well. So having Opito in the chamber with us as well was special.
And you talk about that fairness that needs to be restored there, that justice. Tell me, how many Samoans specifically will this bill impact?
When we think about the number of elders that are still with us, we estimate there's less than 5,000, maybe around 3,500 as well. And so I see the intention of the bill as it's a part of that journey, right? So for those of us who were in Parliament during the Dawn Raids apology, that was the start of a really important journey, and it was a very, very tough conversation. We were all at the town hall when the apology was happening, and it was very emotional for us. This is just another step in that journey. That's what I see it as, but I think a necessary step as well, because when you look at the injustice that came with this bill, and I was being contacted by Samoans the same age as me, people that I've known for a while, like a Fesor and some others, who said, you know what, well, we're doing this, there's other things that needs to be done, and this was one of them.
And you reference also the late Whaanana Efesa Collins in your speech being instrumental in helping, push this across. Would have been a bittersweet moment as well, having that first reading passed this week without him by your side.
Yeah, it was very bittersweet for all of us in the caucus. We still miss him a lot. We have his picture in the caucus room, and he has been on my mind a lot this week. Yeah.
Well, what happens next? And we talked about the community and obviously that show of force that was there this week. I'm thinking about the beautiful bese that resounded out throughout the House. How important will the community be in seeing this bill progress? Because we've gotten through the first reading, we've got the select committee process. So that's the opportunity for the community to come to the select committee and have their stories heard. There'll be, I expect, a range of experiences and a range of important stories, and those need to be shared, but also different perspectives as well. So I would invite the community to come and have your say. Submit to the select committee, say you want to make an oral submission so that the MPs, the members of Parliament, can hear your voices. And then from there, we can sort of shape the legislation that actually makes sense for everybody. It has to be practical and workable as well, because it is a members' bill, but also it needs to be able to address the issues. And restore that right back to those Samoans. But we're almost wrapped up for time. I just want to touch on one more aspect as well that's been happening across the country. A lot of jobs being cut, a lot of government cost cutting. Can we just move on to that quickly?
Yeah, sure.
How do you think that's impacting our community?
I think it will have a massive impact on our community. Every day there's another announcement where public sector cuts, job cuts are happening as well. And here's the thing, right? If you start to get rid of everybody from the public sector, the building's going to start to fall over, right? I mean, we know as Pacifica peoples that the people that are in the back room that do all the work, keep the kitchen humming and all that kind of stuff, that's important. That's so important. When all those people are losing their jobs, even in this place with TV New Zealand and what's
MPP,
happening,
of course.
yeah,
so many jobs
MPP as well. So it's going to have a massive impact. And on the subject with the Ministry for Pacific Peoples as well, what I don't think people realise is how important those sorts of jobs are, because we have this relationship right across the Pacific. We have a treaty of friendship with Samoa, long-standing commitments right across the Pacific, and also we have Pacific Islanders here as well. That helps to shape a regional perspective, and that is being lost in what the national lead government is doing in terms of the public sector job cuts.
Tiano, thank you very much for coming on the show. Particularly appreciate you coming in and explaining as well about the first reading of your members' bill to Whawhatei Lava.
Me taki rā nui. Good, great to be here.
Well, stay with us. After the break, the Manarewa youngsters taking on another Polyfest.
Just the underrated blessing having these opportunities to be here at Polyfest and to showcase the good side of us Samoans and us Pacifica people.
Strong. People of the sun, our heritage grows on. homebound. Tangata Pacifica, born a people proud. Oh, people proud. People of the sun, our heritage goes on. Tangata Pacifica, keep our culture strong. People of the sun, our heritage goes on. Tangata Pacifica, keep our culture strong. Keep our culture strong. Keep our culture strong. People love the sun to our new homebound. Tangata Pacifica, born a people proud. People of the sun to our new homebound. Tangata Pacifica, born a people proud. Oh, people proud. People of the sun, our heritage goes on. Tangata Pacifica, keep our culture strong. People of the sun, our heritage goes on. Tangata Pacifica, keep our culture strong. Keep our culture strong. Keep our culture strong. People love the sun to our new homebound. Tangata Pacifica, born a people proud. People of the sun to our new homebound. Tangata Pacifica, born a people proud. Oh, people proud. People of the sun, our heritage goes on. Tangata Pacifica, keep our culture strong. People of the sun.
Whātalo whātu i le mamalo o le tātou wātunu'u. Welcome back to Tangata Pasifika. This year marked the 49th anniversary of the ASB Polyfest Secondary Schools Cultural Festival, and taking part on this year's Samoan stage was crowd favourites Manurewa High School.
That's right. The students brought their A game to the Polyfest, and as reporter Nueli Mawafu found out, things might be hard for students at the moment, but Rewa is harder.
The graceful dancing of a taupou highlighting the end of a performance. And for Manurewa High School, the end of the 2024 Polyfest journey.
Turn it forward and drop the front. Go, fix.
A week earlier, the group were fine-tuning their cultural set and making last-minute fixes.
Okay, get in. Move over there. Can you call the boys in, please?
Leading from the front is tutor and teacher John Lafaele.
Practice has been good, productive. Ups and downs always, but that's just how it is and how Polyfest is. So yeah, but it's good. Now that you know what you need to do, put on your awful. I started tutoring here 2011. I see some of my ex-students go off and tutor other schools or do other stuff culturally. Some of them have been encouraged to go and do classes, Samoan classes, night classes, or take Samoan papers in uni, knowing that we planted that seed here at Manurewa for them. And then they're going out and branching and making something of it is, yeah, it's just a great feeling.
Stepping up to also help this year are student leaders Telese Solomona and Milieta Komisi.
I was leader last year, but I had the help of someone who's had heaps of experience. And this year was kind of like, now it's your turn to finally step up.
There was ups and downs. There was like heaps of ups and downs. But our job was to stand firm so that whenever we went through the downs, they'll lean on us. And so, yeah, it's a bit rocky, but we made a lot of progress.
Back at the Manukau Sports Bowl, a quick prayer before showtime.
For my group, every year the purpose is always the same. It's always about glorifying God first, giving Him thanks for everything that we have and, for blessing us with this culture, showcasing the beauty of our culture and showing how passionate we are about being Samoan.
And with the support of their families and communities, it's time to hit the stage.
They've come a long way. Journey's been long and tough. I'm just proud of them and their efforts. They've given 100%. And I know for sure that they've been doing it for their reason, their why.
Good job, we made it. Yeah, it was really rocky, but the progress was slow, but it was progress. And so yeah, good job you all.
Underrated blessing, seeing how much support we have from the back, and just the underrated blessing having these opportunities to be here at Polyfest and to showcase the good side of us Samoans and us Pasifika people.
As another year of Polyfest concludes, the journey still continues for Manu de Wahai.
Being a part of a family outside of my own, being a part of something where you can embrace your culture, show how proud you are, and I guess I'll miss the feeling of being in school, being with my friends 24/7, with the long practices.
If they walk away knowing one thing new about their culture, about themselves, then that's it for me. I'm happy for them.
Bravo, bravo, and yes, rewa hard.
Well done.
Well, that's the end of our show. If you want to see any of our stories again or the latest Pacific news, go to tpplus.co.nz or TVNZ Plus.
For now, have a great weekend, Aotearoa.
I know Moana Pacifica is going to have a great weekend. Congrats, they won against the Reds. Manuel Iaso.
Lisa Mode.
Love the stars to our new homebound. Tangata Pacifica, wanna people proud. People of the stars to our new homebound.